Powerlifting is a strength sport that involves lifting the maximum weight possible in 3 different lifts: squat, bench press, and deadlift. The 3 highest validated scores are added together to determine the total score. Competitors are divided into a series of weight classes, from the women's under 47 kg class to the men's over 120 kg category. The squat is a multi-joint movement engaging the quadriceps, glutes, hips and hamstrings. The upper body carries the bar. American Jesus Olivares, weighing 186 kilograms, lifts 2.5 times his weight in a squat, which is 478 kilograms, equivalent to the weight of a show-jumping horse. Frenchwoman Jade Jacob lifts 188 kilograms, over 3 times her weight of 57 kilograms, which means she could lift a racing motorbike on her shoulders. With the feet stabilizing the upper body on the bench press is like a loaded push-up on your back, targeting shoulders, triceps, pectoralis major and anterior deltoids. In the lightest category, the women's under 47 kilograms, British woman Bobby Butters lifts 100 kilograms, equivalent to the weight of 16 racing bikes. American Jonathan Keiko, in the under 93 kilogram category, lifts 245 kilograms, 2.5 times his own weight, or the equivalent of the weight of a piano. The deadlift targets the abdominal, back and leg muscles, with the hips, quadriceps, hamstrings and adductors, especially in the sumo deadlift. Polish powerlifter Agata Sitko achieved the best performance of all time in the under 69 kilograms category by lifting 248 kilograms, which is 3.6 times her own weight, the equivalent of a pack of 3 rugby sevens players. In the men's under 74 kilogram category, New Zealander Timothy Monigatti deadlifts 331 kilograms, which is 4.5 times his weight and the equivalent of 36 water packs. American Jesus Olivares lifts a total of 1,152.5 kilograms in his 3 lifts, equivalent to a Le Mans 24-hour car. Powerlifting is an individual sport that is worked on in a community. The quintessential sport of self-improvement and becoming the best version of yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live for the final day of the 2025 IPF World Classic and Equipped Sub-Junior and Junior Powerlifting Championships in San Jose, Costa Rica, presented by both Elico and SPD. The final day, but maybe one of the best flight this morning, Amelia.
Oh yeah, I've been looking forward to this flight all week, which you'll know since you've been sat next to me, and we've been treated some excellent lifting all week, but we know how close this is going to be and what a monumental fight it'll be between Joseph and Joshua. It's going to be extremely close. They might even get close to that open record. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can expect backflips, but we might be able to see some open records being broken. We have 2 groups, 7 athletes in the first one, 10 athletes in the second one. We start off with Jake McFarlane, Costa Rica, 220. And the biggest opener of the B group is for Ben Brammer, Germany, 292.5. Referees are sitting down. Los cargadores, los spotters are on the platform. We are underway for this flight.
And it's been a really long week for those spotters and loaders, so one last day for them, and it's the heaviest weights they're going to have to spot.
Yeah, they'll need to be on point for this final day of the competition.
Opening 5 kilos below his best.
Very smooth. Hopefully that's a sign as to what to expect out of all these athletes. For those watching at home, keep in mind that it is 9 in the morning here in Costa Rica.
Yeah, early start for these lifters. They would have weighed in at 7 a.m.
The bar is loaded.
Now Gustavo Soyumi, Brazil 235.
Another lifter here opening 5 kilos below their best.
And one thing to note with Brazil is whatever the time, whatever the flights, they've been energized all championship long. It's the biggest Brazilian team we've ever seen. Three white lights. He shakes his head. He knows that was not the best of openers, but just wants to get into the day and get things going.
Yeah, and there often are the most nerves on the opening squat out of all 9 attempts. Usually there are things that can be corrected, and hopefully that's the case here for Gustavo.
Now Adam Barnard from South Africa, 250.
Adam, 22 years old, still 1 year left in the juniors after this year.
Three white lights. He's on the board.
265 on the bar for Max Ruud, followed by Edmondson and Dreyer.
Very optimized squat. Hopefully he doesn't get any higher up than this as the weight gets heavier. And we move on to Max Loyubin, Singapore, 265.
As we go through the week and the weight classes get higher, the spotters notice start to look smaller and smaller.
It's true, actually. Three white lights, once again, a good lift.
Often we do see some adjustments anyway happen for a lot of lifters between first and second, just adjusting to being on the platform.
Yeah, right there, I think he just couldn't quite maintain his bar positioning.
The bar is loaded.
A strong bar loaded from Robert Keller, the IPF Secretary General and Chief Referee for this session. And now Helgi Sigurdsson is walking up to the bar, representing Iceland.
That's a lovely smooth opener for Helgi.
No misgroove there. Three white lights, a good lift.
And that's really what we want to see from an opener. No signs of breakdown or infractions. Plenty of room to go into that second and third for Helgi.
The bar is loaded.
290 for Sebastian Dreyer, another representative of Iceland. That was very smooth from Sebastian and very convincing. 3 white lights. He's already fired up.
Yeah,
Okay.
great to see that energy after the first squat.
One final opener for the B group. Ben Brammer, Germany, 292.5. Very close to his personal best of 305 for these big boys. It might not even be one jump.
Yeah, and like we said, we see some bigger jumps here in the 120, so looking forward to seeing how this moves and where he gets to in his second and third attempt.
Very narrow stance for such a big boy. But 3 white lights, a good lift. Very rare to see that narrow of a stance for a 120.
Yeah, and I'd say 120s is one of the weight classes you see the most variation in height and size. And a lot of the 120s just very tall as well.
So now everyone is on the board in the B group of the 120s. We move on in the second round with Jack Marfalane from Costa Rica, jumping 15. This would mean a new personal best of 10 kilos for him. He's still very much in control of that bar. 3 white lights, solid second attempt, and already a new personal best for falling.
Yeah, moving very well. You can see how powerful he is out of that bottom position here on the replay. Slight slowdown in the middle as we would expect to see as it gets slightly heavier, but still a very smooth second.
Now 242.5 for Gustavo Solinume Brasil. 7.5 kilo jump for that same amount of a personal best. Hopefully he's able to reach the 700s today. His PB total 647.5 as we speak.
Yeah, that looks better. I think he shook his head after that opening attempt, so whatever it was, he seems to have corrected.
And I think it was a sensible decision only going for 7.5. And now he's regained confidence. They might go for the same thing or maybe more. Adam Barnard, South Africa, 267.5.
Just shy of his personal best of 270 kilos. Keeps position really well. 2 to 1, a good lift. I was wondering if he squat that a little higher than his opener, but we'll see in the replay the side he gets that red from. I think the first depth call we've seen so far in this flight.
It is. Do you think he's in trouble with that squat?
I think he should be okay for now, but should he go any higher, he might be in a little bit more danger.
Max Luyubin at Singapore, 275, 10 kilo jump.
Again, another second that looked a little bit more comfortable than the opener, and that's what we were talking about, just getting a feel for the platform.
Yeah, this time he maintained his bar positioning. It looked much easier. Now Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland at 300 kilos. Here we go. We are already into the 300s. This would be a match personal best for Helgi Sigurdsson.
Lovely deep attempt, very well controlled.
3 white lights, match personal best. And some nice room for a third attempt.
Yeah, absolutely. There was absolutely no breakdown that I could see there of his position. No sight of an infraction nearby, and I think if they jump maybe 7.5 kilos, he could get a comfortable third.
That sounds fair. So it would be 307.5. But it's the second attempt for Sebastian Dreyer from Iceland. A jump that could seem big, 17.5, but a reasonable one if you think it about, like if it was percentage, and for these big boys, one we usually see.
Yeah, absolutely. It certainly would be a surprising jump to see in a 59 kilo class, but in the 120s, certainly much more average. Doesn't take away from the fact it is a big jump, of course. You have to carefully squat.
Oh, he's unfazed by the jump.
Executed very, very well.
3 white lights, a good lift, 2 for 2 so far. I think he has about the same room as his fellow Icelandic, maybe 7.5 more. And on one final second attempt, Ben Brammer from Germany, 310, 5 kg personal best attempt.
Slowed down, but still looked very strong.
How about the lights? 3 white lights, new personal best, and no misses so far. Everyone's on point.
And it's important to note both this and the next flight of lifters is going to be relatively quick. This is 7, I believe the next one will be 9 or 10. So for these bigger boys with the bigger weights, that certainly will have an impact and play a part in their selection.
First athlete out for the final round of squat at the B group, Jake McFarlane, going for another 15 kilo jump. It's misloaded on the right. That's tough.
Yeah, and they can't do much from here, and he does very well to get it up, and speaker might have to tell them now.
I think he might have felt it on the way up.
I think it might have been even on each side, but that was, I believe, 245.
It wasn't on the other side.
Oh.
The black was there.
2.5 missing on the right side. The bar is loaded.
Yeah, and again, there seems to be another misload.
Now, the chief referee has been advised by the jury that it might be misloaded on the right, and turns out it is.
Yeah, there's only so much the speaker can do if the jury and referee don't get involved, and so much we can do with our hand movements from the commentary booth. But I'm glad that that got caught and hopefully brought up.
The bar is loaded.
And hopefully the lifter can maintain his hand in the game, because 252.5 would be a new personal best for the Brazilian.
Back on track. It was great to see. Let's hope it stays that way.
Let's see it, Gustavo. No lift, unfortunately, no lift. Lack of depth. And now he can only wonder how much that impacted him. That misload when he was getting ready for a personal best. Stepped on the platform, touched the bar, and had to go back. That's tough.
Yeah, hopefully back on track now. Everybody's eyes on the bar and we can move forward and proceed accordingly. But hopefully he can make up some ground in the bench press.
Now Adam Barnard, 275, attempting a 5 kg personal best. No misload there. 5 pretty red plates.
Yeah, looking for a personal best here. Always nice to collect an extra red plate on that bar.
Ball goes up. How about the lights? We were wondering if he was on the limit.
Yeah, let's have a look at that in the replay. He gets called for depth from all 3 referees, and certainly conscious that it was more than he'd ever squatted before and cut depth as a result.
Yeah, refs on the platform are unanimous. No possibility for the jury to intervene. No lift. Now 282.5 from Max Luyubin at Singapore. 7.5 kilo jump for a 2 kg personal best. Can he maintain his bar positioning with that kind of weight on his back?
Oh, that's a lovely third squat from Max.
To the one, a good lift, new personal best of 2 kgs, but still a possibility for the jury to intervene. A red from the right, so this is the angle from which he receives a white, and it does look very deep.
Yeah, I think he's more than in there. You can see the centre referee now being far more vigilant of the weight being loaded on the bar.
Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, going for 307.5, as you alluded to before.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a smart jump for them. Looking for a personal best and to pick up as many kilos as possible.
Picture perfect attempt selection. 3 white lights, a good lift, never a doubt.
Yeah, that was a great final attempt. Very well executed. And 7.5 certainly was the number, if I don't mind saying so myself. Good job, Team Iceland.
And the last two squats are to try and decide who walks away with the biggest squat of the B group. 320 for the last two lifters, Sebastian Dreyer, Iceland, and Ben Bauer, Germany. This would be a personal best of 7.5 for Sebastian.
Dreyer been squatting very well so far today.
How about the lights for Sebastian? To the one, a good lift. One yellow from the far side ref.
Yeah, let's look at the replay, but wow, that was a great final attempt from Sebastian, and I can't see anything worth a yellow there.
And jury has overruled. Jury has overruled the lift.
Well,
No lift.
I take it back. I didn't see what it was, but the jury certainly did, and unfortunately, as you said, Sebastian Dreyer, no lift.
And I mean, if we didn't see it on the replay, it can only be the command, right?
Yeah, the center referee gave the white, so that surprises me.
Me too, but we now need to move on because Ben Brammer from Germany is on the platform, attempting a 10-kilo jump for that same amount of a personal best and the biggest squat of the B group. Great attempt selection. Was that deep enough? Yes, it was. 3 white lights, a good lift, new personal best, and by far the biggest squat of the B group.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly leading the charge in the B group, and he would do well today to end up amongst those top lifters in the next flight with the way his prognosis is looking.
Now, Amelia, I know you've been waiting for that. You've been meaning to be at the commentary booth for that flight.
Yeah.
Time to start the A group of the 120s.
Feels like Christmas morning this morning with how exciting this flight is going to be, and you can see as we go up here the two contenders right there at the front on prognosis already, only 10 kilos apart. We have Ngoka and McDonald, and it is bound to be quite an exhilarating fight. First out, Gert Vunden from Belgium, 260 kilos. Lovely opener there from Vunden.
One red from the front. Maybe he's just too big.
Yeah, it's quite hard to tell that from the front, period, but much harder for the bigger lifters. So we'll have a look from the side here, and that certainly looks it good for me.
The bar is loaded.
Titus Court from Germany, 260 kilos in the bar. Has a personal best of 290 kilos. Lovely deep squat there from Porter. And a good lift, 3 white lights.
And judging based on prognosis, it looks like Brammer from the B group might be able to hang with the big boys of the A group.
You know what, I was just looking at that because I knew that McDonald and Ngoka were so far ahead. I was looking at the fight for bronze, and like you said, Brammer in a pretty good position right now to be in perhaps that top 6 position. Heath Graham from New Zealand, opening at 275 kilos. Certainly could be a podium threat for that bronze medal. Lovely opener from Graham. And a good lift, 3 white lights. Yeah, he certainly could push for podium. At the moment, it looks like Brazil's Cardoso Gomez, but with these big boys, one missed lift can really open the door to many athletes. So he's just behind, and I'm sure would like to capitalize if he can.
Yeah, that's the thing. We see multiple lifters going for 17.5 as one jump. Imagine what a difference that can make in terms of total and placings in the class.
Another lifter who could capitalize, Philip Kleimert from Sweden, opening at 285 kilos. The personal best of 302.5, just a stone's throw away here with his opener. Very, very comfortable, and I imagine he'll be jumping near that opener for his second. It's a good lift.
What an opener. I would be comfortable adding 20 on that.
Yeah, absolutely, and I imagine that's around about where they want to go with how that moved.
The bar is loaded.
Dylan Holroyd from Canada, 290 kilos on the bar, has a personal best of 320. Already all smiles for Dylan.
In and out of depth like it was nothing. 3 white lights for the Canadian.
Next out, and probably the favorite should he have a good day for podium position, we have David Cardoso Gomez from Brazil. 315 kilos on the bar, has a squat PB of 341, a huge amount of weight. And as I said, should he have a good day, he will do well to fend off those other athletes hoping he'll make a mistake, grab a bronze medal. It's a long day ahead. Let's see how this opening attempt moves. Lovely smooth opener.
3 white lights, a good lift. Hopefully today worthy of a new personal best.
Three openers remaining, and here is one of those top contenders where every lift is going to count. He most recently competed at Open Worlds in Germany, and he just looked like he had a blast. And here he is, Joseph McDonald, Burger Boy, in his famous burger suit. Trinidad and Tobago, 315 kilos on the bar. Not smiling quite yet. He knows it's a tight battle today for him.
Wow, and that burger is looking all forged up in the squat event. 3 white lights, a good lift for McDonald.
Very strong start for McDonald. Let's have a look at that again. They're very evenly matched in Goka and McDonald. It'll be very interesting to see where they can push each other. And it will be a case of who makes a mistake, really. And if they don't, wow, that'd be a tight and exciting battle when we get to deadlifts. 320 kilos on the bar for Ilya Kovac from Ukraine. Certainly another lifter who could be pushing for a podium spot. Comfortable enough looking opener there, and 2-1, a good lift. Does get a depth call, so we're going to have a look at that in the replay.
Where's the hip crease?
I certainly wouldn't want him to go any higher than that, but the jury seem happy to keep that as a good lift.
And if it passes once, it should pass twice. So if I were him, I would maintain that same exact technique.
I'm just making sure the bar is absolutely correct as the next lifter out is fighting for the overall position. And on prognosis, when both openers hadn't been attempted, Josh was out in front of McDonald by 10 kilos. So we'll see how this moves and the jump that they make, if they can keep that far ahead and maybe even more moving into the competition, or whether Joseph McDonald can close the gap.
And for the spotters to get lost with that many replates, it's impressive. It's only an opener, but 3:35 for Joshua Goka.
Yeah, Joshua Ngoka, the reigning 120 plus champion in the juniors, has cut down a weight class and only got stronger. His personal best is 370, 4.5 kilos above the world junior record. So on the bar for his opening attempt, Joshua Ngoka, Great Britain, 335 kilos. Nice strong walkout for his opening attempt. And look at the speed on that. Just waiting for that final line. 2-1, a good lift. And if you remember when he first competed, he was no knee sleeves, no belt, very little form, and he is.
Now I know what the yellow was for the Icelandic lifter of the previous group.
Yes.
It was for walking out front. That's why the left side referee was signaling to the jury. He pressed
Right.
yellow for that.
I see. But for now, at least, it remains on the board for Ngoka, and the fight is on. Ngoka leading with 335, followed by Bramer from the B group and Kovac as we head into the second round. Titus Court from Germany, 277.5, 17.5 kilo jump from his opener. Very well controlled second attempt for Titus. And a good lift, rewrite lights.
290 kilos on the bar for Gerard Veronen, followed by Graham and Kleiner. The bar is loaded.
Gert Vunen from Belgium jumping 30 kilos to 290 for his second attempt. Ooh, unfortunately, 2-1, a no lift on an account of depth. Let's have a look at that again in the replay.
Last time around, he got one red from the front and double whites from the sides, and this time the opposite.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's too much different actually than his opener, and the jury, for that reason, has overruled it to a good lift.
I think I agree with the jury here.
Yeah, it didn't look any different, and it was certainly passable in his opener. 290 kilos for Heath Graham from New Zealand. 15 kilo jump from his opening attempt.
I mean, just like his first attempt.
And it is a good lift. 3 white lights, yeah. Team New Zealand and Graham pacing themselves very well to hit a big third there. And he's in a good place to do so. Like I said, there are probably 3 or 4 athletes that could be vying for that podium bronze. Of course, unless something crazy happens, first and second already pretty much secured. Philip Klimert from Sweden, jumping 15 kilos to 300 for his second attempt. Just 2.5 kilos below his personal best.
In terms of opener speed, he was up there with Joshua and Joseph, so this should be pretty easy.
Yeah, and a slight added resistance, but the speed more or less the same, and it is a good lift. We said we'd be comfortable with a 20 kilo jump, so there's no surprise that 15 looked comfortable. And the bar is loaded for Dylan Holroyd from Canada, taking a 20 kilo jump to 310. This is just 10 kilos off his personal best. A little less smiley this time, a little more focused. Plenty more weight on the bar.
And once again, that's going to be 3 white lights. A good lift.
And this flight certainly moving quickly, and I'm sure the athletes will feel that as well, the amount of weight that they're lifting and jumping to. Baby Cardoso Gomez from Brazil, 330 kilos, and although it's early, Brazil here in full force supporting Cardoso Gomez. 11 kilos below his personal best, provisionally moves him into squat silver with McDonald, Kovac and Angoka to follow.
And as the weights get heavier, the room gets more and more packed.
Great second attempt.
3 white lights, a good lift for Brazil.
And something I've enjoyed from the Brazilians lifting this week is just the pure passion you can see when they compete, how much it means to them, how much they enjoy it.
And when you talk with them, they're so happy that they were able to bring such a big team, an energized team. The coaching staff has been there the whole championship.
Our next lifter out, Joseph McDonald, 335 kilos on the bar, 20 kilo jump, moves him provisionally into squat gold, but more importantly, 20 kilos onto that total. He'll be fighting all the way until the end.
Wow, he might be orange like a burger, but he's red hot like the Flash. He's moving quick. 3 white lights.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And you know he can grind through a tough squat. The man is 90% quads.
Great stat.
It's a great stat to have, especially on the squat. And I think he could make a pretty decent jump there to his third. They're not going to look to take any risks.
The bar is loaded.
2 squats remaining. in this second round. First of which, Ilya Kovac from Ukraine, looking to move ahead into squat gold for the time being. 20 kilo jump to 340. Moving well. 3 white lights, a good lift. Very impressive squatter, and certainly looks to end up on the squat podium.
Followed by Korte and Ronen.
Our final second attempt
Loaded.
for Joshua Ngoka, 20 years old, reigning 120 plus champion. Like I said, cut down and now already well in contention for the 120 fight here. 355 on the bar, a 20 kilo jump and 9.5 kilos. Sorry, 10.5 kilos off the current world junior squat record. 365.5. Gets nice and ready for this second attempt. 15 kilos off his personal best. Let's see how much of that speed he can keep with an extra 20 kilos, provisionally moving him into squat gold and keeping him on pace with McDonald moving forwards.
The eyes in the crowd are glued to the platform, a squat that demands attention.
And still slows down ever so much, but it is so easy for him. And 3 white lights, a good lift. And moves into provisional gold, so close to that record. And I would be surprised if they didn't try and grab that chip. He certainly has it in him, but it'll be interesting to see the strategy and how much he thinks he can push that at the beginning of the day. McDonald currently in squat bronze with 335. Kovac in silver with 340. And of course, Ngoka, who is looking to potentially keep that with 355 in squat gold. We move forward to the third and final round now. And I've just seen Ngoka put in 367.5, not opting for a chip, which seems peculiar to me. I'm going to have to trust their strategy, but I hope that doesn't come back to bite them. Titus Kort from Germany, 290 kilos for his final attempt and a match personal best.
Very happy with that one. 3 white lights, a good lift, match personal best.
Our next lifter out, Gert Brunen from Belgium, 297.5 kilos.
Oh, a match personal best was there in the tank for sure. 3 white lights, a good lift.
We now have Heath Graham from New Zealand, 300 kilos on the bar, a 10 kilo jump for his final attempt.
Been technically on point so far.
Yeah, that's a fantastic third attempt. Didn't empty the tank, but moving forward when the session's moving that quickly, certainly a smart idea. 3 white lights, a good lift.
I mean, he's just collecting kilos and puts himself in the hunt. Surely an opportunity arise to pull for the podium later on.
The bar is loaded.
Philip Klimert from Sweden, 310 kilos for a 7.5 kilo personal best.
Seven and a half kg personal best in the making. Can he lock it out? Yes, he stands up with it. 3 white lights, a good lift. New personal best for Team Sweden and Klimert.
And these coaching teams, after a couple of weeks of practice and making perfect selections, Dylan Holroyd from Canada, 325, a 15 kilo jump and a 5 kilo personal best. And the chant from Canada we've heard all week long.
I mean, a top 5 squat in the class would be quite an achievement with these guys.
Absolutely, this is a huge amount of weight.
Let's see it, Dylan. Make it move.
Oh, it's a big fight. He hasn't stopped. And it was just on the cusp. I think a couple kilos lighter might have been there, but hindsight is 20/20. And hindsight is also the best coach you can have.
I see what you did there. But nicely done by the spotters, not touching the bar too early.
A competition on the platform and off the platform for the most support, it seems now. The Team Brazil coming out.
Yeah, I think it's really between Canada and Brazil, yeah.
David Cardoso Gomez from Brazil, 335. Not quite enough for the squat podium, but he's looking for the podium overall. He'll be fighting with Kovac from Ukraine.
Yeah, that's a decision that could make sense in the long run.
Especially as he has a bigger deadlift than Kovac. So let's see if he can get this and move forwards in the fight and the pursuit for an overall medal. It's a great attempt. 3 white lights, a good lift. Three squats remaining, and they will hold the podium positions in the order. We're not quite yet sure. Looking for an extra 12.5 kilos, Joseph McDonald from Trinidad and Tobago. 347.5 on the bar, 2.5 kilos more than his best squat to provisionally move him into squat silver, but these extra kilos will be integral if he wants to walk away world champion today.
Come on, Joseph, use those squads.
That's a huge fight, but no! And that is trouble for Trinidad and Tobago. If Ngoka makes that third squat, he will be able to catch up and make up ground somewhere, but it certainly will be a tough fight if Ngoka manages to go 6 for 6 heading into deadlifts. And we won't have to wait too long to find out if that is the case. Our penultimate squat now, looking to move into squat gold provisionally with Ngoka to follow, Ilya Kovac. 15 kilo jump, and this will certainly help him in the pursuit for bronze overall, particularly as Cardoso Gomez has a larger deadlift, 355 for a new personal best, and to move into squat gold for the time being.
Every attempt counts in the battle of the 120s with such big jumps. One miss opens the door for multiple lifters.
Come on, nine!
Oh,
Right
that is a
on the money.
perfect attempt. Yeah, as you said, right on the money. 2 to 1, a good lift. Let's have a look at that again. He did get hauled for depth, but looks okay in that replay.
Now, Amelia, I'm gonna let you walk us through that next attempt.
Yeah, and our final squat attempt for Joshua and Goka, it seems like GB didn't put in for a chip, which I hope they don't regret, and it might have worked out for them that they didn't do that because McDonald missed, but certainly an odd choice. But all Josh needs to do now is execute 367.5 kilos on the bar for Joshua and Goka of Great Britain for a new World Junior squat record, and those pivotal kilos for the fight against McDonald moving forward. On prognosis, this would keep him 22.5 kilos ahead for the time being. Let's see if he has a world record in him today. Oh, and of course he does. Look at the speed on that. 3 white lights, a good lift, and a new junior world record. And I think worked out very well for him that he got that, especially because McDonald missed. Like I said, I still disagree with them not taking the chip, but it doesn't matter. Ngoka is strong enough to not need it at this point. We have a long day ahead of us. McDonald in squat bronze with 335, in silver Kovac with 355, and with a new junior squat world record with 367.5, Joshua Ngoka. We're going to head into a 10-minute break now before bench press. We'll see you there.
The 10-minute break is over. We are back for some bench press after an interesting squat battle in the 120s. Interesting storylines being built. One of the favorites scored a new world junior record when the other one couldn't manage his third attempt. So 367.5 for Joshua Ngoka, 355 for Ilya Kovac, and 335 for Joseph MacDonald. Obviously, the first to come out is a member of the B group, Max Lo Yubin from Singapore, 100 kilos.
Followed by McFarlane and Barnard.
Pretty far below Max's personal best of 137.5. But hopefully a conservative opener rather than coming in injured. It does look like he lowered his opener, so
The bar
perhaps
is loaded.
not feeling too great today. We'll see how this opener goes.
Yeah, I know he's had a mishap during squat warm-ups, maybe injured his elbows or something.
Yeah, I think just like you said, a mishap with the clips on the bar.
I think his rack height is wrong. I think he might have mistook the safeties for the pins. And the clock is only to be reset when it's a mistake of the spotters, not the lifter.
The bar is loaded.
So let's try and find out why he went to 100. Yeah, it's not that speedy for someone that benches 140, so 3 white lights. I think he might be looking to X out his next 2 attempts. I'm gonna try and follow him.
Or perhaps looking to make a big jump, just trying to see how he feels.
Next out from Costa Rica, Jake McFarlane, 147.5. He squatted a 25 kg personal best with 250 kilos.
The bar is
His
loaded.
PB in bench press is 167.5.
Very comfortable opener for McFarlane.
That's 3 white lights, pretty comfortable opener.
The bar is loaded.
Bar loaded for Adam Bernard, South Africa, 160. He squatted 267.5 as the lightest member of the flight.
Taking his time to set up. 15 seconds left on the clock. He gets the start command.
Not really a sink, not really a soft touch, but still a good lift. 3 white lights.
165 bar for Gustavo Verona, followed by Lea and Raymond. The bar is loaded.
Bar loaded for Gustavo Zoliorn, Brazil, 165, a match personal best with that opener.
opting for a self handout, looking to take one more variable into his own hands.
And he's not the first member of the flight to go with heels in the bench press. That's pretty rare for the big boys. But it moves really well. 3 white lights, a good lift. But I'm saying that because usually the big boys like some distance to the floor for more leg drive.
Yeah, perhaps just enjoys having his feet a little further back, and that helps the position of his ankles. Whatever it is, seems to work pretty well so far for him.
Of course.
The bar is loaded.
Now Sebastian via Iceland, 170. His new personal best squat got taken away by the jury for such an avoidable mistake, walking out by the front of the rack. But he squatted 320, but he's only on the board with 307.5. Three white lights.
Yeah, very comfortable opening attempt and seems pretty confident leaving that opening bench.
Pretty narrow grip just to ensure elbow depth.
Yeah, so with elbow depth, we're looking for the elbow to be in line with the middle of the shoulder joint. Usually see less infractions in the bigger boys than we do with some of the lighter weight lifters, and I hope that continues to be the case.
Everything's good to go for Ben Brammer, 177.5. The German walked away with the biggest squat of the B group, 320. Three white lights, a good lift for Ben Brammer. Final opener, Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, 185. The second athlete to open on his personal best.
The bar is loaded.
Nice, easy looking opener for Sigurdsson.
Three white lights, a good lift, even though he might have slid a bit on the bench.
25 kilos on the bar for Max Lou followed by Carlane and Ghana.
And that concludes that opening round of bench press with all 7 lifters on the board.
The bar is loaded.
We head now into the second round.
So is that just a placeholder for the spotters for Singapore? Max Low, you've been opened with 100, then put in a ticket of 125. I think it's a fair play just to let the clock run, not scrap the attempt, give some extra rest to the rest of the 120s.
Yeah, this is one of the shorter flights we've seen all week, with obviously the second to largest weight class, so certainly a sportsman-like thing to do for Liu Yubin to let the clock run down and let those athletes have another minute of rest.
Yeah, I think it might be a great opportunity for us to thank one of our sponsors, Elico, that has provided the equipment you're seeing on the platform. It's pretty, it's useful, it's safe, it's not top-notch equipment to perform to the best of your abilities. So huge thanks to Elico for providing the equipment for that competition.
157.5 on the bar for Jake McFarlane.
Now Jake McFarlane, Costa Rica, 157.5, a 10 kilo chump, pacing towards a match personal best.
The bar is loaded.
Opener looked extremely comfortable for McFarlane. Had a huge team from Costa Rica this year, which is amazing to see them compete on home soil.
Three white lights, reasonably comfortable for a second attempt. I don't know if it's good enough to add 10 kilos onto that to match his personal best, but it might be.
Still pretty quick, but if they want to be smart, maybe just take what they have in the day instead of pushing for a personal best or a match personal best.
Now Adam Barnard, South Africa, from 160 to 170.
Just 5 kilos shy of his personal best. And although we see the rankings of bench press move around, we still have the A flight to follow. So subject to change.
Sticky towards lockout, but the push never discontinues. 3 white lights, a good lift for Barnard.
Followed by Bremer and Bremer.
I think in that case you can only go for 2.5.
Yeah, it certainly seems like he's at his top end there, and 2.5 feels like a sensible decision.
172 for Gustavo Cioliome's second attempt. He opened with a match personal best of 165. Now looking to add 7.5.
The bar is loaded.
Struggles with the remote, but now everything is working, so Gustavo is stepping up to the bench.
This will be a new personal best for Gustavo Cioliome from Brazil. And that is a good lift, 3 white lights.
And he's good for more. He's good for at least 5 more, I think. He has quite a long range of motion, so
Yeah.
might get grindy towards the top, but I can see him squeezing 5.
Some of these rack heights for the bench press are incredibly high, nearing some of the 47 squat rack heights.
Bar loaded for Sebastian Dreyer, Iceland, going for a 10 kilo jump.
5 kilos below his personal best, and he certainly felt confident coming off his opening attempt.
Yeah, we still don't know who he's trying to shush, but 10 kilo jump might do the job.
Very smooth second attempt then.
Yeah, very strong. 3 white lights. not that same gesture, so 170 was where he was at. Now we move on. Maybe some personal beef at 170, maybe he missed it in his previous comp. Maybe some friendly banter with someone at home watching the live stream. And next to 12, Ben Bauer, Jeremy, 185. This would be a new personal best of 2.5. Mr. Bauer has been making some progress.
Yeah, absolutely, and he had a great squat session. And we're certainly going to see him hit a total personal best. With this second attempt and first deadlift opener, it would match his current PB.
Oh yeah, he's going to go over 800 today. And 3 white lights, new personal best in the bench press.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him nearer the 850 mark.
Now Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, 195, 10 kilo jump above his registered PB. Let's see. Is he going to slide this time? Is it going to cost him?
Yeah, just gets caught in that middle portion, it seems. And I'm not sure if it is the leg drive or not. It would be interesting to see that side angle on the replay.
Ask and you shall receive, Amelia.
That magic word. And his feet don't seem to budge until the bar's already dipped a little bit, so...
Yeah, it's just the shoulders. They can't quite maintain into the bench. So maybe it was too big of a jump for Sigurdsson. So as it stands in third, Dreyer second, Sigurdsson first, Brammer with the A group yet to compete. And I feel like multiple openers are going to be above the biggest bench press we've seen so far in the A group, Amelia. We have some strong benchers coming up. And now once again, Max Lo Yu Bin from Singapore is letting the clock run.
Yeah, so like you were saying, we have some huge benches in the next flight, and usually we would say perhaps the B group can fight for medals, but McDonald is likely to get around probably where the World Junior Bench Press record is, which is why, you know, I think we were so surprised not to see Ngoka go for that chip, or Team GB go for that chip. So it'll be very interesting to see where the bench podium ends. It'll be well above 200. You know, the record is 253, so with some athletes getting near that, we're going to see some monstrous benches.
And next athlete out, looking to match his personal best of 167.5 is Jake McFarlane, Costa Rica.
The bar is loaded.
And this would be a match personal best for McFarlane. Looking to take that 10 kilo jump to match the best here. Let's see if that is the right move for him on the day. Oh, and it seems the perfect call on the day. 3 white lights, a good lift, and a match personal best for McFarlane.
Bar loaded for Adam Barnard, South Africa, 172.5. He went for 2.5. What we thought was sensible after a grindy 170.
Just shy of his personal best with 175. Looking to rack up as many kilos here as he can. Two and a half kilos gained is better than 5 kilos missed. Let's see if he can push through it this final time. That is a great fight, but 170 just was the number for today.
He only loses out on 2.5. He got everything he had on the day, I think.
Last attempt to change openers. Last attempt.
Four more bench presses to go in the B group. Next lifter out, Gustavo Soliom, Brazil, 177.5. He went for a 5 kilo jump above his personal best. It's most likely going to get grindy towards the top. It's going to need to be precise, stay in the correct bar path. Grindy towards the top, but he's very happy with that one. 3 white lights, a good lift.
190 kilos more for Sebastian Beyer, followed by Bremer Sigurdsson.
Three benches remaining before we head through to the A group.
No more changes.
$190 now for Sebastian Dreyer from Iceland.
Back to back 10 kg jumps. Five kg personal best in the making for the Icelandic lifter. Oh, it's not there on the day. No lift. He seems to know what went wrong. He's discussing it with his coach, but he won't be getting another attempt. Just some good lessons for his next competition. He has still one more year in the juniors to develop. At 192.5 for Ben Bammer, Germany. 7.5 kilo jump above his personal best once again. This is to cross the 800s for the first time on prognosis.
Yeah, it's a lovely final bench and certainly in a good position to end well within that top 10.
Oh, I thought for a second he was going to go for a backflip now.
I think perhaps in the 120s we've left the territory of backflips, but I'd be surprised after a final squat.
I would too. One final bench in the B group of the 120s. Helgi Sigurdsson retaking 195. Just was not up for it last time around on the platform. A mix of strength and sliding on the bench.
Even if he does miss this, he ends up with the second biggest bench of this flight with just his opening attempt, but 10 kilos more certainly would put him in a good position for that total and a top 10 finish. It looks a lot better this time, and if the bar didn't dip, looks like he might have got it, but He gets blues. We'll have a look at the replay. There certainly was a stop of the bar.
Ah, I might have only paused.
The jury are looking at it, but I think at least one agrees that it dipped.
Yeah, they need to be unanimous to overturn the decision on the platform. However, they're still discussing it. It looks like one of the jury members is really arguing for it.
Wait.
No Icelandic in the jury, so no bias there. Just
There you have
and
it.
the
162.5 for Peter's score.
jury has overruled to a good lift. The jury has
There we
overruled
go. Jury
to
is
a good
overruled.
lift.
That is great to see, and that's why it's worth a lot of the time. Coach is just going to fight for your athlete. Now into the A group, Titus Kort from Germany, 162.5 kilos. Openers all the way up until 235 for Joseph McDonald. Strong opening attempt, just 5 kilos below Kort's personal best. 3 white lights.
Followed by Brunen and Cardoso.
Dylan Holroyd from Canada opening at 165 kilos. Seven and a half kilos below his personal best. Like a hot knife through butter, very smooth, very quick.
170 kilos on the bar for Brunen. Followed by Cardoso and Kovac. The bar is loaded.
Bar is loaded for Gert Brunen from Belgium, 170 kilos. So personal best of 198, a Belgian junior record. Lovely soft touch there from Brunen. 3 white lights, a good lift, and with that soft touch you can see how quickly he's rewarded with it with a quick press command.
I mean, it's up to the lifter to stabilize as quick as possible to receive a fast press command.
The bar is loaded.
Bar is loaded for Davi Cardoso Gomez from Brazil, 185 kilos, opening only 2.5 kilos below his personal best. He'll be fighting with Kovac for a podium position, and both have changed their opening attempts on bench, so really trying to push each other from the get-go. We'll have a fight for gold and a fight for bronze.
I mean, having the upper hand before deadlift rolls around would be a great tactical advantage. Three white lights, a good lift for Brazil.
190 kilos on the bar for Ilya Kovac, followed by Graham and Clymer. The bar is loaded.
The bar is loaded for Ilya Kovac from Ukraine, 190 kilos, whereas opening bench landed with a squat medal, 355. Looking to build a big subtotal. As we mentioned, does not have the deadlift advantage, but certainly has the advantage in squat and bench.
Pretty explosive out of the chest. 3 white lights.
Keith Graham from New Zealand coming out now for 192.5, just 3 kilos below his personal best. I imagine to be a New Zealand junior bench press record, as it has the increment outside of 2.5s.
Oh, that's nice. He couldn't quite manage a personal best in the squat, but he's going to be able to do so in the bench for sure.
Three openers remaining in this A group, and out next we have Philip Kleimer from Sweden with a personal best of 210, opening 15 kilos below at 195.
Pretty big arch for a big boy. Let's watch these elbows. 3 white lights, a good lift. Is he far from getting a red in your opinion? From getting a red for elbow depth.
Yeah, it seems to be right on the money here with that opening attempt. I think, I don't want to be any higher, but he's hit it perfectly on that opening attempt. So as long as he keeps it the same, he should be A-okay. And our penultimate opening attempt, Joshua Ngoka from Great Britain walked away from squats with a new world junior squat record of 367.5. Now opening at 205 kilos, 10 kilos below his personal best of 215, followed only by Joseph McDonald. Smooth looking opener for Ngoka.
3 white lights, he's on the board.
Now, as we said, Ngoka had certainly made up some ground in the squat, particularly with McDonald missing his final squat, but we know McDonald will certainly make up some ground in bench press, as we'll see how this opening bench moves for him.
Hey, by the looks of it, they'll be neck and neck at the end of bench press.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see the jumps that McDonald makes, and he might have a shot at a chip as well. Joseph McDonald from Trinidad and Tobago, 235, the current world junior record at 253, belonging to Germany's Jonah Weindijk. It's been held for a couple of years now. Let's see how this 235 moves. His personal best, 247.5, looking to make up some ground here in bench. Wow.
I mean, when someone is self-unracking 235, you know they're very strong, and 3 white lights, a solid opener.
Let's have a look at that again as we finish off the opening round of bench.
By the looks of it, even that opener guarantees him bench press gold.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anybody would be close to chasing that, and instantly puts him in bench gold, followed by Ngoka in silver, and Kleimer still holding on to bronze for the time being as we head through to the second round. Titus Court from Germany 170 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump for a new personal best.
A bit too vertical of the chest, that's why it gets sticky towards lockout. But here you have it, the first personal best of the second round.
The bar is loaded for Dylan Holroyd from Canada, taking a 10 kilo jump to 175 kilos, 2.5 kilos above his personal best.
So comfortable for his second attempt. 3 white lights, new personal best of 2.5. That looked casual.
Yeah, it was a great second attempt and moved very, very well for a personal best. Could have been an opener.
Could have been. Question is, what kind of jump do you take?
It's hard. The drop off the bench can be very, very quick, but he still seems like he has plenty left to go. Gert Vrunen from Belgium taking a 15 kilo jump to 185, 13 kilos off his personal best.
We're still missing one light, a bit of suspense, even though we couldn't see anything wrong from afar. 3 white lights, a good lift.
190 kilos in bar for David Cardoso Gomez, followed by Graham and College.
David Cardoso Gomez from Brazil, coming out for a 5 kilo jump here from his opener, so perhaps the opener felt a little heavier than he'd hoped. It still would be a 2.5 kilo personal best for him.
He has a bigger deadlift than Kovac, so he knows he needs to collect kilos until he reaches deadlifts to put himself in the best position possible to pull for the podium.
I think that was certainly the right jump. It leaves him some room to push into his third if they make sensible decisions, but certainly getting close to that top end.
Followed by Kovac and Kleimer.
It's a good lift, 3 white lights. Heath Graham from New Zealand, taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 200. This will be for a new personal best of 4.5 kilos, provisionally moving him into bench press bronze, still with Kovac and Kleimer to follow.
Hitting the milestone of 200 kilos on that platform, that is something. Let's see it, Heath.
Wow, still extremely comfortable for Heath. And that's a good lift, 3 white lights.
Followed by Kleimer and Boga. The bar is loaded.
bar is loaded for Ilya Kovac from Ukraine, taking a 10 kilo jump to 200 for his second attempt. 2.5 kilo best. He is heavier than Graham, so this keep him in 4th overall for the time being on bench press. But as we said, both him and Coloso Gomez looking to build as big a subtotal as possible.
Three white lights, a good lift for Kovac. As difficult as Cardoso's second attempt, I would say. But it's great to have two duos to look at. We have Goka and McDonald at the top, right behind him Kovac and Cardoso. So two different stories to follow.
Yeah, absolutely, and both very tight battles. Philip Kleimer from Sweden taking a 10 kilo jump to 205, looking for bench press silver provisionally with Ngoka to follow. Kleimer in that battle for a bench press medal. And not a million miles off of the podium should Kovac and Coloso Gomez push each other too far. Three white lights, a good lift.
So far, no one wants to miss. In the A group over 120s, they keep collecting attempts. We're going to see some humongous totals.
Next out, we have Great Britain's Joshua Ngoka, looking to match his personal best here in his second attempt of 215 kilos, moving him into bench press silver provisionally. McDonald already taking the gold with his opening attempt, but this 10 extra kilos will keep him a good way ahead of McDonald moving forwards, and that's where they really want to be heading into deadlifts. Ngoka with a slightly bigger deadlift than McDonald. Certainly slowed down, but Ngoka certainly has a big grind in him if he needs it. It's a good lift. I think if it was me, I would make a small jump there.
I saw an hand signal, but I don't know if it was 7.5 or 2.5. What was the end signal?
I think we'll find out when we see that number go in, and I hope it was 2.5. Looking to get a couple kilos. No, it was 7.5. Wow. Well,
I know my powerlifting hand signals.
well, you can count. Yeah, it's very good.
You can't do 7 with one hand and 2 with the other one.
Joseph McDonald now, the final second attempt from Trinidad and Tobago. 250 kilos, just 3 kilos off that world junior record, and McDonald certainly will want to pick up a chip heading into deadlift. He is slightly lighter than Ngoka, but trailing behind on total currently. Wow, and I think it's comfortable to say he has at least 3.5 kilos left in that. 3 white lights, a good lift. Although it's a quick moving flight, can he press that amount of weight just in a few minutes time? They're going to put it in. Let's see how it goes. And at the end of that round, Kleimer holding on to bench press bronze and Ngoka in silver, and of course McDonald, who will stay there with 250, a huge bench press, in gold. And as a quick surprise as we head through to the third round, we were surprised Ngoka didn't take a chip on his squat, and it looks like McDonald's looking to not take a chip on his bench, and perhaps that works out well for McDonald, but for Ngoka, but I've got to say, a little surprised with this session. Titus Court, Germany, 172.5.
white lights, a good lift, new personal best.
Dylan Holroyd from Canada, 185. Another 10 kilo jump for his third attempt and another 10 kilo personal best.
And I'm sure you can hear it through our microphones. Canada's chin's going out. Three white lights, a new personal best of 10 kgs for Canada. That must be a feel-good moment. And now another chant, Amelia. The fans going at it.
Absolutely, as the bar is loaded for Davi Cardoso Gomez from Brazil, 195, 5 kilo jump. And as he has the bigger deadlift, this moving into deadlifts, if both him and Kovac get their final attempt, it'll leave him 7.5 kilos behind. He wants to keep that gap as close as possible. That's a great fight.
Awesome, 3 white lights.
Very well executed final attempt there. The crowd goes wild.
I really have to tip it to Brazil. They've been going hard this whole championship, both in and out the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. They brought a full team of athletes and a full team of supporters. Gert Frunen from Belgium, 200 kilos, a 15 kilo equal jump, looking for a 2 kilo personal best to hit this 200 kilo milestone on the platform for the very first time. A lovely third attempt there, very comfortable still.
2 kg personal best for the Belgian lifter.
Followed by Kovac and Kleiner.
Five more PBs to be attempted.
Heath Graham from New Zealand, 205 kilos, 5 kilo personal best, and for the time being, brought him into bench press bronze ahead of climber.
For provisional bench press bronze.
He'd be 10 kilos above his previous registered PB. Great improvements. 10 kilos on the bench press is a lot.
And executed very well by Graham. And a good lift. 3 white lights for the time being. Moves into bench press bronze with Kovac and Climber to follow.
Followed by Kleiner and Goka. The bar is loaded.
4 benches remaining, all fighting for podium positions. Ilya Kovac from Ukraine taking a 7.5 kilo jump, 207.5. This will take him into bench press bronze and keep him 7.5 kilos ahead of Cardoso Gomez heading into deadlifts for that fight for bronze. If he misses this, they will be matched. Kovac still lighter of the two. That is a huge fight, but yeah, just gets caught on that left side. And now they are matched heading into deadlifts.
Now, no, the Brazilian in the crowd are smiling.
Looking to take back the bench press bronze medal, Philip Kleimer from Sweden. Jumping 5 kilos to 210 for his final attempt to match his personal best and take that bronze medal off of Heath Graham from New Zealand. If he misses this, Graham will take it on body weight. But of course, Kleimer also looking to stay as close to Kovac and Cardoso Gomez heading into deadlifts as he can, just 10 kilos behind should he make this.
Three white lights, a good lift, so provisional bronze.
And he's going to hope that Ukraine and Brazil push each other so much that he can sneak onto that podium overall.
Yeah, for now he's from the outside looking in, but it's a real possibility.
Yeah, outside the window, but the window is open. And 2 bench presses remaining. First of which, Joshua Ngoka from Great Britain. And we were wondering if he was going to take that 2.5 or 7.5. They're going for a 7.5 kilo jump and really trying to make the gap too large for McDonald to bridge. This would be a big personal best for Ngoka. Already has bench press silver secured. Second wasn't the quickest in the world, but he definitely can grind if he needs it. Let's see if 7.5 kilos is on the money.
It's not there on the day.
Yeah, and that aggressive jump could hurt him if McDonald makes his final attempt. They're separated only by 10 kilos. Ngoka, the heavier of the two lifters.
It looks like it was his decision. And in that kind of matchup, you want to trust the gut of your athletes.
And we have Joseph McDonald coming out now. I mentioned before he comes on here, that we didn't see Ngoka take a chip for his squat. We're not seeing McDonald take a chip for his bench. It's pretty unusual, but at the very least at this point, it means that record for record, they're matched going into deadlifts if he's to get this without that chip.
Healthy 120s, no chips needed.
Strong enough not to take a chip. And let's see if it works out as well for McDonald as it did for Ngoka. If he's to get this, they're separated only by 10 kilos heading into deadlifts. And that is going to be a tight race. Like I said, it's going to come down to misses. McDonald's missed 1 squat, and Ngoka has missed 1 bench. Can McDonald end the bench going into deadlifts, closing that gap? Joseph McDonald from Trinidad and Tobago, 257.5 kilos, 4.5 kilos above the current world junior record. So 257.5 for Joseph McDonald for a new world junior bench press record attempt. Pivotal kilos to gain in the fight for the title today. Oh, and he is pushing. He's almost at that lockout. He manages to get it to the lockout position, and it is a good lift. 3 white lights and a new world record, and begins to close the gap between himself and Ngoka heading into the deadlifts. And you are not going to want to miss that. One of the most exciting battles of the week, and it's getting closer and closer. They started 10 kilos apart, and now they are back to 10 kilos apart. Kleimer walking away with bench press bronze with 210, and Ngoka in silver with 215, and Joseph McDonald 257.5 with a new junior world record. It is very close up there at the top. Ladies and gentlemen, do come back in 10 minutes to see how it will end.
Just like that, we are back for the deadlift of the 120s. We've been missing chips, but lifters haven't been missing attempts. The fight is very much on at the top between McDonald's and Goka.
Yeah, absolutely. Big McDonald, no chip as we head into the final round. The deadlifts, you can see the totals here, and separated by only 10 kilos. Currently, McDonald now ahead as it stands, of course, with the separate deadlift openers, and Goka actually ahead on prognosis by 10 kilos as the 20 kilo difference in their deadlift openers. But we'll see if that changes now. We'll see a fight for gold and a fight for bronze.
But first off, the B group, openers ranging from 247.5 to 290. First athlete out on the platform, Adam Bernard, South Africa. Three white lights, a good lift. So his total is secure now, time to improve. Next athlete out from Brazil, Gustavo Solion, 255. This would be a new personal best of 2.5 already.
The bar is loaded.
Yeah, has had a great day so far. Like you said, already looking to hit a PB on his deadlift, but also his total. Currently at 647.5. This would give him a 675 total.
Looks like there you have it. How about the lights? All white, PB secured already.
270 kilos on the bar for Jake McFarlane, followed by Drea and Moving.
Now Jake McFarlane, 270 for the Costa Rican. Very close to a PB total, but not there yet.
Yeah, nice clean open there, and would expect nothing less than 30 kilos under his personal best.
272.5 on the bar from Sebastian Dreyer, followed by Louis Ubi and Drea.
Lots of room for his second attempt. He's gonna be eating a PB total for sure.
The bar is loaded.
Now bar loaded for Sebastian Dreyer, Iceland, 272.5.
Just 5 kilos off his deadlift personal best.
Three white lights, a good lift.
277.5 on the bar for
We're moving quick, only 3 more openers to go.
and Sigurdsson.
And next out is Max Lu Yubin from Singapore, 277.5. Could only manage 100 kilos in the bench press. Hopefully it is safe for him to deadlift such heavy weights.
Yeah, and they haven't changed his opening attempt, so this is the opener that he came in with. Seems that whatever's going on only affects his bench press, or we hope to be the case here as he comes out for his opening attempt.
The bar is loaded.
solid opener, 3 white lights.
290 kilos on the bar for Ben Lehman, followed by Sigurdsson and Barnard.
Unfortunately, his total will be underwhelming because of the bench, but it might be due for a personal best in a deadlift, just like in the squat. Now Ben Bramer, Germany, 290.
The bar is loaded.
He will already secure a personal best total of 802.5 just based on that opener. But he's deadlifted 17.5, more than this in competition before.
I would expect a pretty big total from him in the B group. Very solid looking opener.
3 white lights, a good lift.
And I'm sure Team Germany will try and get him to place as high as they can, somewhat blindly with the A group, of course, still to come.
And if I know my signals, he's going for 15.
You got it bang on last time.
Now Helgi Sigurdsson, 290.
Kilos below his personal best. Just 2.5 below his best total though with this opening attempt.
That's 3 white lights. Everyone is on the board in the B group of the 120s.
262.5 on the bar for Anna Barnard, followed by Zoyone and Freyer.
Now they can finally start to push and, if they want to, take some risks to hit some personal best. Now their total for the first time today has been secured.
Next lifter out, Adam Barnard, South Africa, 262.5, 15 kilo jump for a match personal best.
The bar is loaded.
This would land him with a 700 kilo total, just 7.5 below his best ever total. Slow there and just seems a little bit too heavy. Maybe the jump a bit overzealous.
2.5 on the bar for Gustavo Zoyone.
Yeah, he ended up shy of his personal best in the bench press. He wanted to go straight for his PB in the deadlift, but that jump was too ambitious. Gustavo Solom, Brazil, 267.5. It's a personal best in the deadlift and in total.
The bar is loaded.
From now on, it's only up for Brazil.
Struggling there at the lockout and just can't seem to get his hips through. Some tough second attempts here.
It was not the best of start. You can see the ball rode into his shins. His hips kicked back. It was not the same start as his opener.
No, but should he try that again on his third, even if he is to get it, it will certainly be quite the fight for him.
Now Now Sebastian Dreyer, Iceland, going for a 12.5 kilo jump. This would mean a 7.5 kilo personal best in the deadlift.
The bar is loaded.
Yet to see a successful second attempt here in this B Group 120s. Let's see if that can't change for Sebastian Dreyer from Iceland.
No left, one lack of luck out and one yellow.
Yeah, and still not a successful lift for different reasons this time. Bronson, a strength issue. If we have a look at this finishing position, just, I think, grip point at the end and shoulders not quite through.
Still managed to get a white with that one, pretty impressive. Now Jake McFarlane, Costa Rica, 292.5, a 22.5 kilo jump, a new personal best in total with 710. Is he going to be the first athlete to score a successful third attempt?
He's been very consistent today and his opener was comfortable. Let's hope this big jump is still within his remit.
Yeah, he's been managing big jumps all flight long.
And it's slow, but he manages to finish it. There we go.
We have one on the board in the third round and a new personal best in total for McFarlane.
In the second round, which,
Excuse me, yeah?
no, it's completely understandable. It feels like the third round with the lack of successful attempts we're seeing.
I think he's going to go for a match personal best of 300 in the final round of deadlifts. Now 295 on Max Luyubin. He's going for a 17.5 kg jump. He's not looking bothered about whatever was preventing him from benching.
And I think maybe the smoothest in sense of speed second attempt that we've seen.
Yep, 3 white lights. He might not have been able to bench, but maybe he saved some gas for deadlifts.
Certainly seems like it.
To change over to Group A, 6 attempts to change.
307.5 for Ben Brammer, Germany. 17.5. A match personal best.
Yeah, I think they, like you said, did come off asking for 15, but figured out that maybe he could push that second attempt a little bit more with a 17.5 kilo jump, see where they can land him on that third in terms of overall position.
Yeah, they utilized the whole minute of ticket time to decide what to go for. And they're going for 8.20. Huge improvement on his PB total. It's a reasonable second, 3 white lights. Once again, huge improvements being made on his total. 8.20 with some nice room for a third.
The bar is loaded.
And same second attempt for Sigurdsson, Iceland, 307.5. Just shy of his personal best of 310. 3 white lights, a good lift.
And that pushes the ratio for second attempts to more successful than unsuccessful, which I'm glad to see.
So as it stands, Hammer from Germany leads the class with 8:20 with the A group yet to compete. He's going for 8:32 with his final deadlift. He's looking to compete with the middle of the pack of the A group. Talk about beating the odds and beating the nominations.
Yeah, certainly putting himself in a good position. And it'll be interesting to see overall where he ends up.
First run out for the third round is Adam Barnard, South Africa, retaking 262.5. It was stuck at the knees last time around. Bar very high up in his hands. The hips kick back. It's the same scenario as this previous attempt. It's just not there on the day. No lift. He loses out on a lot of kilos because of that big jump.
Yeah, and the one thing that you really can't correct on the day is strength. If it's just too much, that won't change.
Now Gustavo Soliome, Brazil 267.5. He missed his second attempt on what looked like a technical mishap. Can he correct his start? I mean, especially in the sumo where the floor is almost the sticking point, can be as precise as possible from the floor up.
Yeah, we'll have to execute excellent patience here at that bottom position if he wants to get it moving. Wow, and has a big bite in him today. Is that finishing position good enough?
3 blues for supporting on the thighs. No lift for Brazil.
Yeah, just there you can see the knees knock the bar up, unfortunately, but a great effort from Soliome.
It was still better than a second. Now Sebastian Dreyer, Iceland, retaking 285. He also missed his second attempt. So once again, this one is for a 7.5 kg personal best in the deadlift. Not yet a PB in total because he also missed his final squat. Let's see it, Sebastian. The bar is loaded.
One final attempt here, hoping for a new personal best in deadlift, just shy of his total PB. It'll be a big fight.
Also one that's just not there on the day, and no lift for Sebastian. A bit disappointing with his performance. He lost out on 12.5 in the squat event. With such an avoidable mistake of working out front. And he gasses out. He ran out of steam at the end of the day. It's hot, it's humid, and it's different from Iceland here. Difficult to reproduce what he did at home. Now 302.5 for Max Lo Yubin from Singapore, very close to his PB of 305.5. Can he end his day with the high notes? One final deadlift over 300 kilos.
The bar is loaded.
Keeps it moving. Manages to lock it out. Is that finishing position good enough? No, I was a little worried about his shoulders there.
I think he might have tried to lock out too far and it didn't work for him because it pushes the shoulders forward. It makes for soft knees. And let's spot the line. The coach is going to try and argue for it. They're discussing it at the jury table as we load 305 for Jake McFarlane. He's now going for a match personal best of 300. He wants 305.
Yeah, looking for that deadlift PB as well as a huge total PB, taking him to 722.5.
Yeah, he's happy that he's already scored a new personal best in total. He's looking to go all out with a 12.5 kilo jump to end his day with 305. He's made great improvements on his squat, matches personal best bench. How about deadlift? Ah, 305 is just too ambitious. It's glued to the ground and no lift.
And although we're seeing some big deadlifts in this first flight, I have no doubt that the openers of the A flight will grab those deadlift medals. So hoping that these final attempts in the B group are good enough to go 3-3 on deadlifts. We've not seen a successful third attempt yet, with just 2 deadlifts to go in this flight.
The last 2 athletes are the 2 athletes to go over 800 out of the B group. Sigurdsson and Bramer. And now we have Sigurdsson on the platform for 317.5. 7.5 kilo PB in the deadlift. He's already above his personal best in total. I think he might have lost his grip over the knees right there. I don't know why you would just stall like that.
Let's have a look here. I was just thinking that perhaps he knew it wasn't going up any further and decided not to risk injury. I think it was, yeah.
The right hand.
Yeah, his right hand started to go there and just not there today. Still 6 out of 7. No successful third attempt yet.
But you know what? I think Ben Bramer is our guy, Amelia.
He's been very consistent all day, like you said, building a good enough total to put himself in that top 10, perhaps even higher up, especially if he's to get this final attempt. And you're right, because he's been so consistent, I have high faith that potentially he could be the only lifter in this flight to get that third attempt.
Yeah, he squatted 320, bench 192.5, already deadlifted 307.5. He's going for 320 to increase his personal best by 12.5. He's already standing on a strong 820 new PB total. To close out this amazing day, Ben Bramer, 320.
There we go, Mr. Reliable.
Stare down his coach, 3 white lights, a good lift. Once again, new personal best, 832.5, provisional 5th position in the class with the A group yet to compete. Yeah, it's looking like maybe top 8 and above.
Yeah, certainly, like I said, Looking forward to seeing where that lands him.
Surely not in a deadlift medal position because we have some strong deadlifters to come on the platform. But he showed out today.
Absolutely, and we do head through now to the A group. Seen a couple of openers change, but not those fighting first. McDonald and Ngoka still separated by 10 kilos on prognosis, with Ngoka ahead. Deadlifts all the way up until 350. Out first, Gert Vroenen from Belgium, 290. Strong opening attempt for Vroenen. 3 white lights, a good lift.
The bar is loaded.
Dylan Holroyd from Canada, 290 kilos. Very, very comfortable. Secures his total 3 white lights.
Same weight on the bar for the bar, Graham and Climber. The bar is loaded.
And that's what these athletes are looking to do here on that opening attempt, secure their total and look to push and fight for any positions they can in the second and third round. Ilya Kovac from Ukraine upped his opener by 15 kilos to 290 here.
Both Ukraine and Brazil playing the game for the podium finish.
And the weight looks comfortable. And it is a good lift, 3 white lights. I was a little worried from the front angle of his finishing position, but I think it looks a lot better from the side.
It's also the all black singlet that makes it look bad from the front.
Yeah, it looks a lot better from there.
I agree.
That's why it's important to have referees at 3 different angles. Heath Graham from New Zealand, opening up on 300 kilos. Been having a great day so far.
A spotter's dream. We have multiple attempts that are the same in the opening round of the deadlift.
Relatively comfortable opening there for Graham. A little bit wobbly, but looks strong.
The bar is loaded.
Philip Kleimer from Sweden, opening 300 kilos. And that is very easy. And although we've spoken about Brazil and Ukraine, like I said at the end of bench press, certainly don't count out Sweden and Kleimer there, especially if they push each other so much that they miss. And the German crowd certainly have turned up here for deadlifts. Titus Kort from Germany, 300 kilos on the bar.
This might be a big jump enthusiast.
2-1, a good lift. And yeah, with some of these openers, I'm expecting to see some sizable jumps. From this angle, he gets a red for insufficient lockout. If you just catch that here on the replay.
Might be the right shoulder that's slightly soft, but it's also the illusion of the shirt with the flag that's a bit too forward. I think he's fine.
Yeah, jury seem happy with that. 3 opening attempts remaining, all fighting for different positions on the podium. Davi Cardoso Gomez fighting for bronze, opening at his personal best of 320, upped his opener by 20 kilos, looking to fight Ilya Kovac for that bronze medal. Already this would be a total personal best, 6.5 kilos. Lovely smooth opener there for Cardoso Gomez.
3 white lights is on the board. So Ukraine, Sweden, and Brazil going at it for bronze.
Two very interesting openers to come up. Worth mentioning now, the World Open and Junior record on the deadlift is 400 kilos, belonging to Nonso Chinye, also of Great Britain.
The bar is loaded.
Joseph McDonald from Trinidad and Tobago, 330 kilos, fighting for that overall. Extremely wide sumo there. No, just trolling us. Conventional king right here.
He's trolling with that opener, but 330 is going to fly.
And he's got enough energy to give us a little meme, and also a 3 white light opening attempt. I gotta say, he got me for a second there. He had me in the first half. But it's a clean looking opener, and he's going to want to try and hope Ngoka misses or close the gap with jumps. Ngoka with the larger deadlift of the two, a personal best on paper of 380, but we've seen him pull well ahead of that in training. 350 kilos for Joshua Ngoka, Great Britain, for his opening attempt. This will put him 10 kilos ahead of McDonald.
Wow, just like someone said in the crowd, just stand up with it. He does just that. 3 white lights, an expeditive 350.
Yeah, and you've got to think there's what, 50 more kilos in there?
Oh yeah, minimum. Minimum.
I think he'll put on the bar what he needs, but we've certainly seen him train with Chinye, who is the record holder, and they are very close. And heading into the second round, Bremer from the B group still holding on to bronze for the time being, just on body weight ahead of Cardoso Gomez. In silver on deadlift, 330 for McDonald. And in deadlift gold, I don't think anybody will take that off him. Joshua Ngoka from Great Britain. The fight for overall begins as Ngoka and McDonald separated by a mere 10 kilos heading into the second round of deadlifts. 5 kilos separates Cardoso Gomez and Kovac. It is going to be a tight race right until the end. Everybody on the board. Ilya Kovac from Ukraine, 310 kilos, a 20 kilo jump. Just struggling with lockout there.
We're gonna see from the side if it looks better or worse, but this time he gets double reds from the sides. So a worrying sight.
And I think on his opener we were a little worried with that position. And I think it's just slightly less locked out there than his opening attempt. Dylan Holroyd from Canada, 312.5 kilos. Still extremely comfortable and easy for Holroyd, and it is a good lift. I expect to see another Big jump there to his third.
The bar is loaded.
And it's an early morning session, but the room is full as they wait patiently to see how this session will turn out. Heath Graham from New Zealand, 312.5 kilos for his second attempt.
Three white lights, still very technically sound. Great performance from Heath with one more deadlift to go.
Runen from Belgium coming out now for his second attempt at 315 kilos, a 25 kilo jump. 10 kilos off his personal best.
The bar is loaded.
On prognosis, just shy of a top 8 finish in the class. That's 3 white lights, a good lift. Boy seems to be tired after that one.
Seeing some big jumps here from openers to second. And like you said, someone to watch out for a podium finish, making a big jump here. Philip Kleimer from Sweden opened with 300 kilos. Personal best of 325, jumping to 330. For the time being, this will pull him into the bronze medal position overall. Of course, Cardoso Gomez to take his second attempt. Kovac missing his second attempt.
Yeah, he'll rely on Cardoso Gomez to miss, but still, I think it's an interesting strategy. Pulling a PB just to place yourself onto the podium, and he does just that. 3 white lights, a good lift, and that was not top end.
No, it certainly wasn't. It certainly was more comfortable than Kovac's second. We're yet to see Cardoso Gomez take his, but certainly his name is in the hat. Titus Kort from Germany, 330 kilos, another lifter looking for a 30 kilo jump and 10 kilos off his personal best.
He'll need to convince the refs on the platform with his lockout. He got 1 red last time around. From afar, it looks just about the same.
Yeah, and 2-1, a good lift. I agree, the lockout was certainly 50-50. We'll have a look at the replay here from the side. He doesn't get a white from. I think it looked worse from the front angle. It looks slightly better, yeah, from that side angle, and that's where he gets the red from. Now, looking to push himself back into that third overall, Davi Cardoso Gomez from Brazil. 337.5 kilos, a 17.5 kilo jump. For the time being, pulls him into deadlift silver and back into bronze overall. If this looks convincing, it'll be a tough job for Kleimer to close the gap.
Hey, with Foss Kleimer, yeah, to pull something he's never pulled before. So it's maybe too big of a gap.
This already would be a 17.5 kilo personal best for Cardoso Gomez. Let's see what he's made of today.
Daddy. Watch the lockout. Is that enough?
It is. 3 white lights, a good lift, and pulls himself back into bronze. And now the fight looks like it is a 3-man race for bronze. Cardoso Gomez, Climate, and Kovac. Our final 2 deadlift second attempts, and they are for Joseph McDonald and Joshua Ngoka. 350 kilos for Joseph McDonald, 20 kilo jump. This takes him into the lead in deadlift and overall for the time being, with Ngoka to follow. The opener was extremely comfortable. All business this time round. Still moving very well.
Yeah, it's not meme time anymore. It's game time. 3 white lights for the Burger Man.
And it moves very well. He's still behind Ngoka. Should Ngoka make this second attempt, they're then separated by 15 kilos instead of 10, and that is a big hill to climb. A lot will be told by how this moves for Ngoka and the jump they have to make to push McDonald. This would give Ngoka a 9:57.5 total, the world junior record 9:65 currently, and the open record 9:78.5 are only on the second round of deadlifts. So is that open record in danger? Let's wait and see. And the bar is being brushed down. There's a huge amount of weight.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Ngoka is good for the record, but I think McDonald's going to prevent him from hitting the record.
And the bar is loaded for Joshua Ngoka from Great Britain, 375, a 25 kilo jump, and this will pull him back into gold in deadlift and overall and increase the gap in between himself and McDonald. Let's see how fast this moves.
Wow, blink and you miss it for Joshua Ngoka. 3 white lights. Some solid deadlift there.
And he moves into first, and it would be a big push for McDonald to close the gap. And Ngoka, especially with the advantage of deadlifting second, Team GB will have to make some very sensible decisions following McDonald's deadlift. And heading into that final round now, Ngoka leading with 375, 25 kilos off the World Open deadlift record. McDonald in silver with 350, and Cardoso Gomez 337.5. And you can see currently 957.5, and Ngoka is leading with McDonald behind on 942.5. The World Junior record at 965, the World Open record at 978.5. And we are going to see some enormous totals here today. We know that we are vying as well for the win as a potential Sheffield wildcard invite. So let's see how the day finishes now as we head into the third attempts. 320 for Heath Graham from New Zealand.
I also want to see if Brammer from the B group can hang on to his 6th position in the class before we get back to McDonald's and Ngoka. And Heath has been putting on a clinic today. 3 white light once again in new personal best. Such a clean performance from him.
320 kilos for Ilya Kovac, followed by Holroyd and Ronan.
Now in a last attempt to move into that bronze medal overall, does not have the advantage of pulling after Kleinmark and Cardoso Gomez, so didn't get that second attempt on lockout, looking to jump 10 kilos now to move into third place overall for the time being, provisional bronze. Can he get it up and can he keep it locked out? Manages to get the bar up, but is it locked out enough this time round? No, unfortunately not. out next. We have Dylan Holroyd from Canada, 332.5, taking a 20 kilo jump here in his second, still extremely comfortable to be a 10 kilo personal best on his deadlift, 12.5 kilo personal best on his total.
When it's third deadlift time, the atmosphere is different and the room is even more packed. They want to see the big boys go out on their shield with their final deadlifts.
Dylan Holroyd now coming out for that 332.5. He's been calm all day and looking for a little bit more hype now. And a great finish, but just looks like he couldn't hold on to it, unfortunately.
That right hand gave up on the bar, no lift. He was so close to maintaining that lockout.
And has had a great day, regardless of just missing that final pull. Not a whole lot of green or successful third attempts on that score sheet. Let's hope the A group can fix that up for us. Gert Vunen from Belgium, 335 kilos, a 20 kilo jump for a new personal best on deadlift and on total.
He looked somewhat exhausted after his second, so a third is, oh my, he destroyed it. He found some extra boost of energy, 3 white lights, and now he's done for the day, but amazing final deadlift.
Just 5 deadlifts remaining, and I know you're excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, because Kovac missed, so we know the podium is in between Brazil and Sweden, Carlos Gomez and Kleimert.
Absolutely, we are yet to find out who walk away gold, silver and bronze. Do not go anywhere, do not get a drink, do not move from your sofa. You don't want to miss the next few minutes. Davi Cardoso Gomez from Brazil coming out now, trying to hold on to that bronze medal overall to keep Kleimert from taking it from him. 342.5 as a final attempt.
I think only going 5 is a sensible decision, just to ensure you're able to lock it out and to force too big of a deadlift for Kleimert from Sweden.
And already you can see how emotional he is. Needs to focus up for this last pull. Hope he can get that final deadlift and keep in bronze. Push Sweden too far. That lockout is hard. And is it good enough?
Oh, it's going to be 50-50. No lift, lack of lockout for Brazil.
He stays in the bronze position for the time being, but it does mean that Kleimert can drop, and it looks like they're doing so. It would still be a big jump for Kleimert, though his second did look comfortable. He's lighter than Cardoso Gomez, so can look to match his total. And we've had that exact attempt change come in, drop to 347.5 for Kleimert, and this will pull him into deadlift bronze for the time being, but more importantly, will confirm the bronze overall for him ahead of Cardoso Gomez from Brazil.
We didn't expect anything less from Team Sweden. They're on points every time with attempt selection. They knew the possible scenario. They were ready with the ticket, so 347.5 it is.
And the bar is loaded for Philip Kleimert from Sweden, 347.5, looking to pull into bronze medal ahead of Brazil's Cardoso Gomez. This is a 17.5 kilo jump, more than he's ever pulled before.
Like you've said, he's outside, but the window is wide open. Philip from Sweden.
Oh, and it's just too much, unfortunately, which means Brazil's Coroso Gomez will walk away in bronze. Bronze medal is secured, but gold is not. Just 3 deadlifts remaining.
Three more deadlifts to go, Amelia. Some humongous deadlifts. We've got Titus, Joseph, and Joshua.
Yeah, absolutely enormous deadlifts coming up. We've already seen a change in attempts for McDonald, trying to push Ngoka. But first we have Titus Kort from Germany, 352.5 kilos, looking to move into deadlift silver and at the very least secure a deadlift bronze with his final pull, a 22.5 kilo jump. But it's just too much there, unfortunately, for Kort. Which means the bronze medal on deadlift will also go to Coroso Gomez from Brazil.
And so his fellow German Brammer hangs on 6th position from the B group.
And that's about where I expected to see him, and it's so impressive. He had the near perfect day and certainly will be in the A group next year in his last year as a junior. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the main event. As I said before, we saw Joseph McDonald bump up his final attempts now. You can see the totals as they stand. Joseph McDonald with this would push to 965, and Ngoka's current total 957.5. And I would imagine to see if successful, we'll see Ngoka drop to what he needs. He is heavier than McDonald, but if McDonald misses, I imagine we'll see that either stay the same or maybe even bump it up for the world record.
Time for what powerlifting is all about, Amelia.
And the bar is loaded for Joseph McDonald of Trinidad and Tobago, 372.5 kilos to pull into pole position ahead of Joshua Ngoka, give him his best shot of becoming junior world champion. An absolute phenom, and he asked for some support from the crowd as he heads into this huge final attempt. It would land him on a 965 total. This would have matched the current world junior total record with his last pull. And he gets it going, locks it out. What a strong finish for McDonald. 2-1, a good lift. And the crowd on their feet. And we've seen that attempt change come in.
I mean, that was the burger and the fries, but thus Joshua Ngoka has the extra sauce to walk away with the title. He's changing his attempt. What is it going to be, Amelia?
And we're waiting for that number to come in. It was 397.5. They don't need to push that hard, so they're dropping it to 385 to beat McDonald by 2.5 kilos. This would land Ngoka on 967.5, not just beating McDonald, but taking a new World Junior total record. 375 is pretty comfortable. You've got to think if he keeps his head in the game, 10 kilos more is there.
Yeah, now is not the time to overthink. It's well within his wheelhouse. 385 for Joshua Ngoka.
And you can see the crowd on their feet, on the chairs, cameras out, waiting to see how this unfolds.
They're gonna get loud for Ngoka, we know it. World Junior total record attempt, Amelia.
And the chants begin, and the bar is loaded for Joshua Ngoka from Great Britain. A rising star, 385 kilos, reigning 120 plus champion, now in the 120s, looking to take the title ahead of Joseph McDonald. 385 on the bar for the world title and a new junior total record.
And the grip gives up on the bar for Ngoka.
And
No
it is
lift.
not there, unfortunately. Does not get that final pull, which means Joseph McDonald from Trinidad and Tobago is your new junior world champion.
Your world champion in the 120 juniors.
What a turn of events. We knew it was going to be tight right up until that last deadlift, and the grip just wasn't there for Ngoka. Deadlift bronze, Davi Cardoso Gomez from Brazil with 337.5. And silver, Joseph McDonald from Trinidad and Tobago, 372.5. And in deadlift gold, Great Britain, Joshua Ngoka with 375. And overall in bronze from Brazil, Davi Cardoso Gomez with 867.5. In silver, after missing that final pull, with a still mammoth 957.5 from Great Britain, Joshua Ngoka. And your new 120 junior world champion from Trinidad and Tobago, 965, matching the world junior total record, Joseph McDonald. What an exciting session that was, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to have the medal ceremony immediately and then join you for the sub-junior and junior 120 plus at 1 p.m. local time. We'll see you there.
Deadlifters will be receiving a participation medal. The medals are being given out by Dean Marvel, the Vice President of the IPF, and Robert Keller, General Secretary. In the 120 kilo juniors squat event, the bronze medal with 335 kilos goes to Joseph McDonald. Squat bronze with 335 kilos goes to Joseph McDonald. The squat silver with 355 kilos goes to Ilya Kovac. And the squat gold with 367.5 kilos in a new world junior squat record goes to Joshua Goka. Thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations. In the bench press event, the bronze medal with 210 kilos goes to Philip Climate. The bench press silver medal with 215 kilos goes to Joshua Goka. The bench press gold in a new world junior record of 257.5 goes to Joseph McDonald. Thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations. In the deadlift event, the bronze medal with 337.5 kilos goes to Dali Cardoso Gomez. The deadlift silver with 372.5 kilos goes to Joseph McDonald. And the deadlift gold with 375 kilos goes to Joshua Goka. Congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you. In the total results, the bronze medal with 867.5 goes to Dali Cardoso Gomez, Brazil. The silver medal with 957.5 kilos goes to Joshua Goka, Great Britain. And your under 120 kilo junior world champion with 965 kilos is Joseph McDonald. for the national anthem of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much. Another round of applause for your 120 kilo juniors. We will see you back at 1 p.m. for the next session, the very final session of the championship.